Like, we're taking the attacks extremely well. Can I stop missing these attacks? Are you kidding me? Oh, today, I'm going to be using my San Diego Regionals team that I originally was planning on bringing featuring Klefki. Let's see how the team performs. This is the team that I was originally planning to bring to San Diego Regionals. Klefki got a new buff this generation with Trick Room and is one of the only Pokemon who can safely Trick Room in front of a Meowscarada while having the ability to set up screens. Hariyama was great on this team as it can provide wide guard support, while the safety goggles allowed me to break through Amoonguss plus Hydreigon leads. Big Fat is also nice as a fire resist, with not many Pokemon not running Will-O-Wisp during this time period, and covers a weakness with Terra Steel for more powerful heavy slams and strong resists. Rotom Wash and Skeledirge are great because they do well into most things like Dondozo and Bulk Up Annihilate, especially with screens. Finally, the Doubles Dragons help me round out the team. We're good against Armarouge and Indeedee while giving me more immediate damage pressure. If you would like to see the full details of the team, they'll be in the description down below. Dragonite, Garchomp, Goldengo, Murkrow, Volcarona, Mimikyu. Alright, so a bit difficult. Volcarona can be a little bit scary, but we do have Skeledirge, which I think is really good. Nothing to really prevent screens, so I do kind of like the Klefki mode quite a bit here. I really do like Klefki a lot here. Skeledirge is also fantastic. Rotom Wash, they actually have a pretty hard time dealing with Rotom, but I like the Hydreigon especially. Hydreigon is actually a really tough Pokemon for them to handle, other than maybe the Mimikyu. And I don't know, I might want to Terra my Skeledirge, but I could also Terra my Hydreigon. I could definitely see it here. Ooh, there's a lot of good picks right here. I think Hariyama probably isn't going to be brought here. Wide Guard's nice, but it's not like really necessary. I do love the Klefki a lot though, because I love getting the screens up against this kind of team. A Rotom isn't a bad lead here. I like either Hydreigon or Rotom, I think, with Klefki, because I can just Snarl immediately. It really does help out here. A Rotom's not too bad, but I think I'm going to go with Hydreigon here. Then in the back, I'm going to go with the Rotom Wash here and the Skeledirge. Garchomp's tempting because the damage output against the Goldengo would be great, but otherwise, Goldengo is probably the scariest mon, but if it's choice specs, I'm a lot less scared of it than if it was, let's say, a more Nasty Plot offensive setup set. So let's see how this is going to go, because Nasty Plot's the one I fear for Skeledirge, but we'll see. I do want to get rid of Goldengo fast if I can. And we're going to see the Dragonite and the Mimikyu leading, which is a pretty interesting one here. Okay, against my Hydreigon and my Klefki right here. I don't think this is a bad lead. They're not going to click Earthquake if they have it. Reflect is pretty safe here for the most part, and I just don't see why I wouldn't go for the Reflect here. And Hydreigon could be eating up a low kick right here, or play rough. There's a lot of things that they could go for. I think my safest play is either to go Rotom or to go Skeledirge. I really like the Skeledirge play here. I think Skeledirge is super safe. We could Torch Song to break that disguise on Mimikyu, just threaten it, so Hydreigon can have a more fun time later. The Dragonite could be a little bit scary, but we'll find out. I don't know what set it is. I hope it's not one of those Fire Spin defensive sets that we've seen, but I don't really see it on this team. Looks more like a very offensive team with Murkrow, so I don't think we're going to see like a Fire Spin support one here. We'll bring out the Skeledirge for the Hydreigon. I don't want to need a low kick, a play rough. This basically covers pretty much every single move that they could go for, and even if they read it and go for like a Shadow Claw for instance, it's not too bad. We see a Terra immediately, and I mean immediately. Is this Terra normal Dragonite? It looks like that would be the case. Maybe scared of like a Draco Meteor, but I just don't think I click Draco Meteor in that position. So we are going to see the Dragonite Terra normal, and I'm very happy about this spot. Okay, they go for the extreme speed, which is perfect because I did switch into a ghost type, and I'm able to get Reflect up. This could be Taunt into Klefki. I don't really mind that too much here, as we're going to see a Play Rough into the Hydreigon. So excellent, excellent, excellent. Very, very nice here. And we do get the leftovers. It wasn't Life Orb Mimikyu. That kind of concerns me, but it's okay. I think now I can just go for a Trick Room very safely here and just Torch Song the Mimikyu right now. And it's a really safe play. If they go for a Taunt, maybe Taunt switch into Garchomp. I think the Dragonite definitely switches out, but stays in actually. Shadow Claw going to come out. As you can see, not doing that much damage, but it wasn't choice on the Dragonite, so... And I'm faster with my Skeledirge than the Dragonite. Is this Dragon Tail or something? Because I would not expect it to. Okay. Wow, it's Dragon Tail into the Skeledirge. So that's probably a Sulphus Dragonite then. Okay, that's definitely an interesting one here. Okay. As we bring out our Rotom here, which Rotom isn't in a bad position at all. I do get to trick him up pretty safely. Klefki's kind of just sitting here and they can't do anything to it. I pretty much just always get the free chip damage into their slot. I don't see why I wouldn't just go for a play rough and protect here, because it looks like they're just going to be ignoring the Klefki slot at this rate. So I might as well just get some damage into Mimikyu with the play rough, get as much chip as I possibly can. They could reverse trick him if they want to. I could definitely see them going for extreme speed Shadow Claw into the Rotom. Maybe they even go for Dragon Tail, but I think that's probably less likely here. So we'll find out. We'll protect our Rotom here. We're going to see a play rough come out. This is the problem with Klefki. Why do I miss so many play roughs? I missed so many play roughs in testing too. Okay, they did go for the Dragon Tail attempt and reverse trick room. Yeah, unfortunate. I don't need Rotom to win the game though, I suppose. I guess I'd probably just go for a Wisp here. I think play rough is still okay here because this could be like them trying to trick room mind game. I'm just gonna Wisp the Dragonite. They might be extreme speed, but I do have Reflect Up and they're not choice banded, so this shouldn't do too much. Maybe half. Wow, that actually did less than I thought. I thought it would do like a little under 50%, but yeah, like we're taking the attacks extremely well. Can I stop missing these attacks? Are you kidding me? Okay, I get some decent damage into the Mimikyu, I suppose. Like, god dang, did I really just miss that many attacks? Okay, maybe it really was a good thing I didn't bring this to the regional. This is a pretty free play rough, I think, into the slot, and I am just gonna Wisp the Dragonite slot again because I feel Skeledirge. I don't want to take in too much damage at the moment. I'm okay if they switch out. Maybe Golden Go comes in. I just light screen the next turn, so I think it's okay. Yeah, it looks like Golden Go is going to come out. All right. Like, god dang, this could have been a really fantastic position. Are you kidding? What is going on? Why is my luck so trash in this one? All right, here comes a... luckily, that's not a miss, but it wouldn't matter if it was a miss, I suppose. Play rough connects. I get rid of Mimikyu, so they can't reverse my Trick Room anymore. Great, I suppose. Where they bring out Garchomp? Well, the thing is, if they bring out Garchomp, they can't EQ next to each other, so I don't think Garchomp's in the back. It's going to be the Dragonite coming back in. Okay. I'm all right with this. I'm just going to light screen up, set up my light screen. I'm going to go for the Wisp into the Dragonite slot. If I hit the Wisp, we would be in such a good position with Hydreigon. That's so unfortunate right here. We do get the light screen. Shadow Ball going to come out of Rotom. I think this is Specs probably. So this is going to hurt quite a bit. Yep. Okay. I think that's Specs. I am especially defensive Rotom. So, or Life Orbs. Yeah, something of the boosting nature. Low kick going to come out. But yeah, that does nothing. I think they probably just tried to cover the Rotom switch down to Hydreigon, which is exactly why I didn't go for that play. We're going to go out into our Hydreigon now, I suppose. Not getting the Wisp off in the Dragonite is actually really frustrating here. All right. This should be... I don't think they click Make It Rain here. I think this is probably me attending the Trick Room here and going out into Skeledirge on... I want to say this is going to be... Like, I have to make an aggressive read here because I lost so much momentum by not getting the damage or getting the Wisp off. So I think I have to try and call maybe Golden Go protecting the Dragonite going for a low kick to put me in E-Speed range. Yeah, okay, perfect. That's a good start. That's a very good start, I suppose. They do low kick my Skeledirge. I do get leftovers recovery. Nice. I am able to get the Trick Room up, and now we can go for the double up into the Golden Go. Play Rough and Torch Song are the same base power. I think I have to hope that this is more of a frail Golden Go, which I'm hoping is going to be the case here, which isn't super far-fetched here. I'm going to go for the Play Rough here, and they're the same base power, right? Yep, they are the same base power, so I'm going to Torch Song here for the extra power. They retreat the Golden Go, which makes sense. That's cool. I just get some free damage into whatever's coming in. Gonna be that Garchomp, it looks like. All right, that's cool. All right. Torch Song into the Garchomp for some free chip damage. Could have went for the Shadow Ball, but Play Rough is still gonna hurt the Garchomp quite a bit, so I don't think this is that bad. Yeah. Big Play Rough into the Garchomp. Nice. I guess the question is, who am I gonna tear at this point? Because I don't even know. Dragon Tail. Ooh! Finally, something lucky happens. Finally, something lucky happens. A Dragon Tail miss. Okay. Okay. We'll take that. We'll take that. Reflector is off, which kind of stings. I'm trying to figure out, is my best play to reflect Shadow Ball here? I think my play is probably just to Play Rough again and Torch Song the Dragonite, break that multi-scale. A Garchomp protecting, I think, is really likely, though. They're not going to EQ in this situation. I know that because they can't protect. So I'm going to play rough and I'm going to protect my Skeledirge because they might try to Dragon Tail. They forfeit? Why? Did the Garchomp not protect? I thought that was still a game. That was absolutely still a game. Maybe they're like, okay, I can't really beat Hydreigon realistically, but I think that was still a game. The Dragonite was going to be problematic still. I was going to be able to get some decent chip, and I think under Trick Room, it's really hard. I'm going to pile up so much damage at that point where I have to get unlucky. I think I have to get crit by the first move on the Dragonite because I don't think I can eliminate it quickly. Qwilfish, King Gambit, Gardevoir, Garchomp, Dragonite, Jumpluff. What the heck am I even looking at right here? What the heck am I even looking at right here? Okay. I have quite a few Pokemon that are decent here, I suppose. I'm not bringing the Hydreigon. It is good against Garchomp, but otherwise it really doesn't do anything. My own Garchomp can put in a lot of work because Earthquake does do a good amount. I wonder what kind of Gardevoir it is, whether it's Imprison, Trick Room, or if it's going to be Choice Scarf. Those are the two main Gardevoir sets you commonly see. I think Klefki is really good here because I can get screens up and it's really difficult for my opponent to knock out other than like Garchomp attacks. Although Sleep Powder is very concerning here. I think I'm going to go with Hariyama Klefki. It's a mode I'm very consistent with, I feel, with lead-wise. And then in the back, I want to bring Rotom because it's good against Garchomp, good against the King Gambit if I burn it, good against Qwilfish, I suppose. Yet I have no idea what it's really doing. And then I think I'm going to bring Skeledirge endgame because I think if I get rid of Gardevoir and maybe the Qwilfish, depending on the sets, the Skeledirge actually just does really well against my opponent's team, especially with a Reflect Up. And yeah, that's going to be the main concern is I have a few win cons. If I get rid of Gardevoir, the Skeledirge has a really fun time against my opponent's team, especially if I Terra it. And I don't know who I would Terra because Hariyama could Terra, and Terra Steel is actually pretty good in this matchup if I get rid of Garchomp. So a lot of options here. We will see what my opponent decides to lead here, as we're going to see the, not Garchomp, it's the King Gambit Gardevoir lead. Okay, this is pretty good for me. I really like this lead here for me. So I'm going to fake out the Gardevoir. I don't see a reason not to. And I think I just get a Trick Room up. I could Reflect here, but I don't really see a point because I would love to get a fake out into Heavy Slam into the Gardevoir the next turn. Hariyama doesn't really run Heavy Slam, but I'm running Heavy Slam with Terra Steel because it really does do a ton of damage to like Pokemon like Amoonguss. So a big fan right here. And let's see. Fake out into Gardevoir. This also prevents Imprison. The King Gambit didn't protect, but that's not too surprising here. We're going to see Ironhead going to come out of Klefki. Please. 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 Oh my goodness. No trigger for me. I could Terra Steel, I suppose. And Reflect. Why am I so unlucky today? Rotom Wash isn't a bad play here because I can whisk the... they would probably... Actually, yeah, I think my plays go Rotom here and Heavy Slam the Gardevoir. I want to keep Klefki around because I don't know which screen is going to be valuable. I think it really depends on the endgame. But again, if I can get a Gardevoir, Skeledirge is really nice. But now I'm going to have to get rid of the King Gambit, probably. And maybe burn the Garchomp now, so it's going to be a bit more complicated. I wanted to save Klefki because I need to screen up, and I'm pretty sure I still take a ton of damage up through light screens. So yeah, just bring out the Hariyama Terra here. Let's see if they make a read or something. Mystical Fire isn't bad here into me. Psychic is fine too because I resisted with the Terra Steel. Unfortunately, I did have to proc my Terra when I could have just went for a Heavy Slam naturally, but Ironhead going to come out of Rotom. Perfect. All right. Life Orb King Gambit. Doing a lot of damage. Heavy Slam is going to come out though into the Gardevoir and will pick up a knockout because Gardevoir is not exactly a heavy Pokemon. Hariyama is decently. With the Terra as well. Gardevoir's failed defenses. We're able to pick up the knockout. All right. Where do I bring out next? Oh man, this game I think could have been so good, especially if they protected the King Gambit the next turn if I got Trick 'em up. But let's focus on who's coming out. Dragonite potentially. It is going to be the... It's the Dragonite. Okay. I wonder who they Terra here. I really want to just burn the... Oh man, this is a question mark because I have no idea what they would go for here. I have two steel types. They're gonna click out to Cleave with the... It's kind of weird. I kind of want to burn the King Gambit. I think King Gambit's such a threat here. I don't know if they're gonna Terra though. The Dragonite. I'm not too worried about Dragonite, but I'm more worried about whatever's in the back. Maybe I just whisk close combat the King Gambit slot. I feel like that's probably worth it. They might double up here with like Stomping Tantrum Assurance, and I think that's okay for me. I don't know who's terroring. It's either the King Gambit or the Dragonite, and I just can't figure it out here. So they're gonna Terra here. They do Terra the King Gambit. Okay, Terra Flying. Oh, Terra Dark. Yeah, so this is probably like Assurance or Kaito Cleave. That's what I expected. So if I get the Wisp off, really nice, especially since Dragonite shouldn't be able to knock me out. Oh, they went for a Sucker Punch and a Rotom. Oh, that's so good for me. Low Kick. Okay, that's gonna... Oh, wow, that actually KO'd. That was a lot of damage. Okay, Hariyama does go down. I think this is okay, though. Because of... Well, let's see. Okay, we hit the Wisp. We're not Aaron. Okay, so we hit the Wisp into the King Gambit, and now we can get Reflect Up. Okay, it's not that bad, I suppose. It's not great, but it's not that bad. Especially if the Dragonite's Choice Band into low kick, because it's not doing anything to my side. So we bring out the Klefki. We're going to go for the Reflect here, and we're going to burn the King Gambit. Yeah, it's always our play here. So we'll go for a Willis into the Dragonite. We'll get a Reflect Up. And now we're in a pretty decent spot because the Dragonite's either taking the burn or something in the back, which all are physical other than Jump Bluff, which is fine. So we do get the Reflect Up. Let's see, are you Choice Banded Dragonite or not? You do look like you are. Okay, nice. Crit onto Klefki. Does that matter for Iron Head? I don't think so, based on the... Oh, actually, no. I took the first Iron Head pretty well. Does that matter? I don't know. It's like a few HP difference, but it might be the difference between me going down to Iron Head or not. Okay, it doesn't, thankfully. I don't need light screens, so I guess I'm going to focus down to King Gambit with T-Bolt here. Yeah, I focus down to King Gambit and go for 2 T-Bolts. So I'm going to go for a T-Bolt into the King Gambit. I think I always just switch to Skeledirge right here, just because he would... If you're going to go for a Dark-type move, you're going to go for a Dark-type move in a Rotom, right? There's no way you target down my... I don't think you target down my other slot. Okay. Skeledirge in, they do low kick the Klefki, because like what reason would you have to target the Klefki? It's already got the Reflect Up, and that's probably all it needs. Thunderbolt into King Gambit. You're probably targeting the Rotom because Rotom's actually an offensive threat. Yeah, Brick Break. Okay. It's still not that bad, but yeah, okay. Concerning for sure. Concerning for sure. I do want to burn the Garchomp if it switches out, if it switches in. I think I'm going to Wisp the Dragonite slot always, and I think I just protect the... Would you switch out to Dragonite or would you switch out to King Gambit? I feel like it's Dragonite here. I want to burn the Dragonite if I can. I'm just going to Wisp and protect here because Skeledirge is really valuable, I think, to stall out whatever could be in the back. Although maybe it's Quillfish and then Rotom's more important, or Garchomp, which Rotom's also probably pretty important against. But we are gonna see the Dragonite retreat though, which is fine. That's exactly what I predicted. Garchomp. Okay. Please, Rotom. Please. Big Protect. Please Kaito Cleave the other slot. Nice, nice, nice. They went for a sucker. Maybe in the Skeledirge for the Torch Song setup. Nice. Okay, are you Lumberry? That's a big question. It's not too bad if you're Lumberry, but it would help out tremendously if you're not Lumberry. Nice, nice. Okay, that's really, really good here. Okay, I think that might be a win here. Because now my opponent has multiple Pokemon remaining that are just burned. Skeledirge can basically heal up on anything. I saved a Klefki in the back, so I still have Reflect. And, well, Garchomp SD doesn't even matter too, which is really nice because I do have the Skeledirge that's really healthy right now. So, and Unaware prevents it. So I don't think I have a loose con other than like, I don't know if Rock Slide flinches multiple times would save my opponent. I mean, I just doubled up the Garchomp. I don't think Dragonite's Choice Banded. We pretty much confirmed when it just went for low kick. So I'm not really too scared of it. They go for Extreme Speed, which is fine because that gets a crit. But as you can see with that, a burn, it's really impacting it. It also isn't Terra normal right there, so not much it's being able to do. Dragon Claw double up the Rotom makes sense, but as you can see, Rotom taking it extremely well. We do get a Hydro Pump off into the Garchomp. Now Shadow Ball too, and that Garchomp probably will survive, but even with the burn damage, oh wow, it actually goes down to the burn. So, oh, that's so nice right here. Okay, now we can just double protect and win. I think we won anyway because they locked themselves into Extreme Speed. They can't actually even touch Skeledirge unless it's not Choice Banded Dragonite, but like I think it has to be, right? There's no way you click low kick regularly into a Klefki. Klefki is not heavy at all. Oh, Thankfully, big terror on the Hariyama, KO the Gardevoir, and as I said before, Skeledirge could win. Rotom Will-O-Wisp was super huge, and the Reflect Klefki clutch. Sylveon, Grimmsnarl, Arcanine, Rotom Wash, King Gambit, and Garchomp. Okay, it looks like we got some screens action on both sides here. Unless the Grimmsnarl's not carrying screens, which Grimmsnarl can just run so many sets, so I wouldn't be super surprised. Okay, what do I want to go here? King Gambit's really good in this match. Or not King Gambit. My Hariyama's really good in this matchup because it can deal with the King Gambit. If I Terra Steel, I have Heavy Slam pressuring for the Sylveon and the Grimmsnarl. And they might not try to burn Hariyama because of the Guts ability that I could run. So, let's see here. Dragon Terra Steel is really nice because of Flash Cannon, but of course Arcanine can be a bit of a problem. Rotom's really good in this matchup, and I mean really good. I kind of like leading Rotom plus Klefki. I think it's a pretty strong lead because I can just burn a lot of factors here. And also, like, just Sylveon can't do too much. I do got to watch out for Sylveon, though, but Skeledirge can technically beat it. So it's really going to come down to, can I offense this team? Do I like the Hariyama? This Garchomp might be just better because the Earthquake damage is actually pretty important, and it might help out against theirs. I think I do want to try out the Garchomp here, or Hydreigon, because Rotom Wash could be a little bit scary. I feel like Garchomp might be my play. Hydreigon's not too bad, but I'm going to try out Garchomp. I want to wait to Brute Force to Arcanine, because Arcanine could actually be like pretty annoying, dealing damage to it. Especially if it just keeps going for Snarls, which I think is a big part. That's why I kind of want a Wall Breaker in like the Garchomp right here with the Life Orb. So we'll find out how this is going to go. There's quite a few factors. The King Gambit's a little bit difficult to handle, but I should have enough tools. We're going to see the Garchomp Sylveon lead, which is actually perfect for me because I lead my Rotom and Klefki right here. Okay, nice. You're not going to Earthquake Protect here. I highly doubt you would go for it here. I think I'm just going to protect Rotom and I'm going to go for a Light Screen right here. I think that would be my best play here. Yes, because I don't think you would want to get burned here. I don't think you would risk the Earthquake here. You could. I'd live an Earthquake unless it's like Terras immediately, I suppose. I feel like you would just go for Hyper Voice, get damage on the Rotom. So I'm going to just protect on Light Screen. Unless they SD here, which I guess would be pretty bad. But I mean, it's not terrible, I suppose. Light Screen. They did attack with the Garchomp, though, which is concerning. They have... Oh, that's why they have Stomping. Okay. Was not expecting that. Okay, that could have gone better. I am not used to Stomping Garchomp being that common. It's Life Orb, too. It actually stinks, too, because I could have whisked the Garchomp and been in a really good spot. All right. We have our own Garchomp here, and I am going to send out my own Garchomp. Dragon Claw coming out here? I kind of want to go for a Wisp into the Garchomp and protect here now. Oh, that was such a bad turn one. It's definitely a winnable game, though. The Light Screen's going to be nice, although King Gambit can be a problem now. There's a lot of factors. They're going to Terra the Garchomp, I suppose, to get the Terra Ground, so you aren't weak to Dragon Claw here for a Speed tie. Yep, that's basically what I expected. I'm expecting Dragon Claw, Oh, Terra Steel. Wait, I could Terra Ground and KO you the next turn. And if I won the Speed tie, I was going for Earthquake. Okay. That's fine. So we protect Garchomp here. We're going to go for a double up into Sylveon the next turn, I think, is always my play. Yep, they went for Stomping. Perfect. And here's a Wisp. Please. Nice. Okay. Really good. Really good. Really good. I needed that damage on the Garchomp. What stinks is I probably have to Terra my Garchomp, I think, to get out of this, but I don't think it's too bad. If I still have Garchomp around, Dragon Claw is a strong hit. I have Light Screen up as well. It's not the Throat Spray Sylveon, so I'm very happy about that. I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt into the Sylveon and an Earthquake here with Terra Ground. They don't have an Intimidate. They could go into Rotom and Protect, but I don't think that's really that difficult. Again, the Light Screen's still up. I might have an opportunity to sub. They do switch out to Garchomp. Is this actually Rotom? I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, okay. I would like the damage on Sylveon, though, if they give it to me, so I think that's okay. I do need to find a way to break through Sylveon fast. That's kind of a problem with the team, is that I don't have the best tools to break through things quickly, other than Hariyama and Garchomp usually. Sometimes maybe Hydreigon, Draco Meteor, but usually I have to play a slow, steady game, but when I'm down, it's not exactly super easy. But they thankfully did give me the... Okay. That's nice. Here comes an Earthquake into Sylveon. This is going to do big damage. This is Life Orb. I maybe should have Hydro Pumped. It's okay though, because they're not KOing either Pokemon. Yeah, it needs a Hydro. That's cool. Hyper Voice. Yeah. I wonder if that's Specs. It's doing a lot of damage. Maybe like not invested much in Specs, but still. Okay. Definitely want to Thunderbolt to Sylveon, and I kind of want to just... does Sylveon protect here, I suppose? I guess Thunderbolt and a Rotom isn't a bad play here, and just protecting with my Garchomp now. Yeah. They retreat to Sylveon too. That's cool. I don't know what comes in that I really want to hit with it. Garchomp. Okay, that's perfect actually, because I'd rather get the damage on the Rotom right here. That's perfectly fine. Okay. If I get rid of Rotom, I actually probably have a decent shot with Skeledirge winning, I think. Hey, I definitely want to target the Rotom aggressively. Also, my Rotom's faster, which is actually really important information. That might allow me to KO the Rotom. Ooh, Leftovers is actually really good news for me because Dragon Claw into Thunderbolt should get the Rotom. I like this spot. Okay. I like this spot. Because I should live any attack from the Garchomp. Let's go for a Thunderbolt and Dragon Claw here. Sylveon switches in. It doesn't matter too much to me. Oh, good protect on the Rotom. Okay. Maybe should have thought about that a bit more. It's okay. Might come down to speed type, but it's all right. Dragon Claw into Rotom. Okay. Wait, that's actually really good for me. That's really good for me. All right. So my Rotom was faster. They saw that I'm Life Orb on the Garchomp. I think they would be scared of me going for the Dragon Claw Thunderbolt KOing the Rotom, because Rotom could be like really good for the end game for their side. So I think they might want to switch out Sack Sylveon here so they can bring in Rotom and get another Protect, or maybe get damage into Garchomp. I'm gonna sub here with Garchomp and Thunderbolt. Maybe a bit over predicted, but if they do miss Hydro Pump or they attempted, that's still good for me. So Dragon Claw on the Rotom. Okay, that works. Thunderbolt into the Rotom. I guess I over predicted, but they went for Hydro Pump and they connect. Okay. Crit doesn't matter because it's behind sub. I wonder if their Garchomp's adamant. They were doing a lot, but I don't know. I think you always run Jolly Garchomp. I wonder if I KO'd their Garchomp, because if I KO'd their Garchomp, that'd be really nice. I think now I'm just going to switch out my Rotom going to Skeledirge, because having Rotom's actually really nice because it outspeeds Sylveon and I can Whisk the King Gambit if it's in the back. I'm going to Dragon Claw the Rotom. Because if I sub here, they're in a really bad spot, right? Or maybe I should just Protect. Protect isn't a bad play either. Because they could Protect and stomping the Garchomp, I suppose. I'm trying to figure this out. I think Protect is fine. Yeah, I think Protect is fine. Then I could Torch Song the Garchomp slot. I think it really comes down to what's in the back. That's going to be a really important factor. Skeledirge in, Protect the Garchomp. I kind of played a little bit poorly, especially with the Rotom ability to Protect. Yeah, they Protect Rotom. Okay, nice. Dragon Claw and the Skeledirge again. Nice. Or Garchomp is perfect. All right. So I think that they don't KO me unless I take the Life Orb Recall, which is perfectly fine. So I'm going to Dragon Claw the Rotom slot, and I think I always Torch Song the Garchomp slot. Yeah, I always Torch Song the Garchomp slot. If they do, but if I want to sub really badly here, because do you really let that happen? I have one more turn of Light Screen. The reason is because if no, I think it's, I'm trying to think. If King Gambit's in the back, is it better to Protect EQ? Because they could go King Gambit here on their Dragon Claw, or Sylveon, I guess. I think I'm gonna Torch Song Dragon Claw. I think I'm just gonna lock it in. If they go King Gambit here, I'm worried. They switch out that slot, which is not what I expected at all. Okay. Arcanine? Oh, it's not King Gambit. Do I KO Rotom? That's a really important factor. Okay, Dragon Claw. I need to double the Rotom. I need a Hydro Pump dodge probably coming up. Skeledirge is going to be able to eat the Hydro Pump here at least. Okay. Torch Song into the Arcanine. Okay. If the Arcanine has extreme speed, I don't like our odds here. Yeah, I probably need a Hydro Pump dodge. Let's Green Rares off. I think my best play is just to scout for it. Oh, man. Because if they don't have extreme speed, like if they're Will-O Snarl, this is really good for me. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to prey on the dodge, right? Oh, man. Those leftovers are really coming into play now because they've been able to heal quite a bit. All right, protect the Garchomp. Protect Skeledirge. Do you have extreme speed? Or do you just... Oh, you didn't protect Rotom. Oh, you do have extreme speed. Okay. I don't think Garchomp lives in extreme speed at the range I'm at. I need to double the Rotom. But I wasn't sure what they had in the back. I felt like if Arcanine was in the back, they would have brought it out earlier for the for just Intimidate. But they really conserved it to the end, which is really well played by them. Torch Song KOs the Rotom. I think I have to go on the dodge here. They could Thunderbolt. I think Thunderbolt's actually safer. But then again, I could slack off and it would kind of come down similarly, I think. But let's go for Dragon Claw and Torch Song. Let's see. Garchomp does go down to the extreme speed. If I went Rotom, it doesn't change anything because they just keep spamming extreme speed. So there's really no point. I need the Skeledirge to be able to dodge one Hydro. Unless the Rotom's out of Hydros for some reason. Okay. Okay. Wait, that's pretty massive. That is pretty massive. I get a free Torch Song. This is a doable game. I mean, they had to miss one eventually. Okay. We go Rotom here. All right, what are you going out into? Garchomp or Sylveon? They do go Garchomp here. Okay. Their Life Orb stomping. I'm going to slack off with my Skeledirge and I'm just going to protect my Rotom. Because they're just going to stomping my Skeledirge. I don't know if they double up the Skeledirge or if they're like Choice Banded Arcanine, which we've seen before. So I think my best play is to always just slack off and... because I need HP healing. I don't know if I need to protect there and then get it, but then they could just double up if they aren't Choice Banded. So I think my best out of here is getting that slack off here. Okay, nice. Because I'm healing more HP and the Garchomp's taking the Life Orb recoil. So Skeledirge slack off right here. And now we're healing so much HP back. Cool. And this is what I love about Skeledirge. It can be extremely hard to pick up the knockout on without special attack, especially when your attacker is burned right here. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I can always just go for... I want to slack off again, or I think I slack off it one more time, and then I start Torch Songing. I go for the double because there's no reason not to go for the double here. Okay. Extreme speed and the Rotom. Going to pick up the knockout, but it doesn't change... Well, it does change the Arcanine can now target the Skeledirge, but they're going to stomp me and then I slack off here. And yeah, we're in a good spot now. Okay, perfect. Okay. The Garchomp is taking so much recoil from the Life Orb and the burn here. And with the leftovers, it's really solid here. Okay. I wonder if the Skeledirge outspeeds the Sylveon. I think it really depends on the Sylveon spread. They didn't... Did they have Tail on their team? I cannot remember. Did they? No. So I feel like it'd be a slower Sylveon. I think I slack off here because another Protect is not going to let the Garchomp go down to burn. We're going to retreat Arcanine. I feel like that has to be Choice Banded then. I really think it has to be. Sylveon comes out. They protect. Okay. But the thing is I can protect the next turn. And Garchomp's... I think the main Pokemon that can actually do damage to my Skeledirge, I'm pretty sure. I'm like very confident it is. Okay. Let's protect here. It's like, I think you should sack the Garchomp always. You don't switch out here because why would you risk like Sylveon going down here and then you have to 1v1 target the Skeledirge? Yeah. You never let Arcanine take damage or Sylveon get knocked out here for free without getting at least a stomping off. So yeah, you should always attack here. Sylveon gonna Hyper Voice. Psychic. Okay. I guess the question is, what does the Arcanine have? If the Arcanine is Choice Banded Crunch, I do lose. And that's a very specific set because Arcanine does not run Crunch normally, even on Choice Banded sets. What would they normally run? Extreme Speed, Flare Blitz, usually Close Combat, and then maybe Wall Charge, which Skeledirge should be able to eat up because Skeledirge is really bulky. Hey, Arcanine going to come in? I don't think there's a point of going for the leftover stall right here, so I think I just go for a Torch Song into the Sylveon slot. Yeah, that's why I thought about like them Thunderbolting to make sure that the Skeledirge could, like, you have another chance at Hydro Pump. Oh, they actually had Crunch, and they got the defense drop. But I think, yeah, that would. I don't think Shadow Ball would have killed the Arcanine, right? Because I'm only at +1. I guess I had to go for the crit there. But I was worried about how much damage Wall Charge into like Psychic if the Sylveon was faster. And I really didn't think I would knock out the Arcanine. Okay. Oh, I was at +2. I should Shadow Balled then. I should Shadow Balled. Oh, well. Oh, man. I threw this one away, didn't I? +2 Shadow Ball. Got it. I wasn't sure if it was Choice Banded confirmed or not. But I guess I probably should have, because if you don't, you probably just attack there, right? If you aren't. So the fact that it actually had Crunch. Was not expecting that one. I should Shadow Ball, but Arcanine was super chipped. I think it went down to +2 Shadow Ball, unless it was like a really bulky Choice Band Arcanine. But most of the Arcanines that run Choice Band, you run fast. So, oh, kind of threw that one after that Hydro Pump missed, which was a saving grace. Unfortunate, but really well played to my opponent, especially. I had to get a little bit lucky there in the end game, and yeah, unfortunately, did not make the right decision on the last turn there. Let's go over the games. The first game, I felt very well about how I played, especially if my moves landed, but thankfully hit my moves later in the game to win, although I do think that it was an early forfeit from my opponent as they had the ability to win the game, even though they were in a really rough spot. The second game, getting flinched was very unfortunate, but getting the knockout into Gardevoir and Rotom hitting all the Willis against the physical attackers allowed my Skeledirge to seal up the win, thankfully. In the third game, didn't think about the chance for them to run Stomping Tantrum with Garchomp, which means I should have went straight for the Willis immediately. Doubling into the Rotom's Protect was also not great, and calling that could have gotten me a huge setup alongside risking Hydro Pump onto Sylveon instead of Thunderbolt could have given me some really strong momentum. With the help of a lucky Hydro Pump miss from their side, I had a chance, but I should have went for the Shadow Ball into Arcanine as I didn't think they would have Crunch, but they did. This team I still think was really good, although I'm not sure if it would have performed well at the regionals. A lot of Tauros, Raging Bull, and a lot of different things that I did not expect. However, I thought the team was phenomenal, and I absolutely loved it. The only problem with the team is it does play some pretty slow games at times, as well as a little bit weak to Amoonguss at times with Spore, alongside just, of course, with the longer games, there is a lot of RNG that could happen, especially with Play Rough, Willis Miss, and of course, getting crit through screens is never ideal. But if you did enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like down below. It does help me out. And if you want to check out the details of the team, there will be linked in the description down below. Even though Series 1 is basically over, it is still a really fun team. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content.